Yo, what's going on, guys? I am the Chili Pepper, and welcome back to another episode of Project Pires. From your feedback on last episode, I've decided to add in the 80 pace striker, which is Wissa, as shown, and Theob, the 87 pace winger, as shown. Hopefully they can bag us some goals and get us those upgrades we are needed. If you have forgotten how we upgrade our players in this series, the rules will be in the description of the video, so make sure you have a look if you have forgotten. Let's get into the gameplay. So guys, we have finally found an opponent to come up against. Today we will have 2 matches instead of 1, and this will continue every episode. So 2 games per episode. This guy has a full forest green team, which he has named Legends, which indicate this guy or girl is a supporter of his team. This could be easy or it could be difficult, considering me and him have the same team in terms of bronze players. I do believe we will win this game, but we'll find out shortly. Let's get into the gameplay. So guys, we begin the game with me on the attack. I do pass it in through Pires, and Pires does actually score, but it turns out him to be offside. My opponent then does retaliate with an attack with a ball whipped in from James, and Randall gets his head on it, but he hits it straight at my keeper, and my keeper gets his hands to it. He passes it around outside the box, tries to go inside the box, but my defender is there quickly to cut him out. He gets the ball back again, but once again, my defender is there. My opponent is on the attack again. He passes it through to James. James then goes on a little run, passes it through to Cooper. Cooper takes a shot, and sadly that does go in. So that means we could potentially having a downgrade today, which we do not need. To be fair, it was a good goal from my opponent now. I'm back on the attack with Theob, the new debut winger that we have, and he does retaliate with a goal, which is a brilliant, which takes us back up to 1-1, which means we are so far no downgrade today. This game did have a bit of lag in it, but I thought it wasn't enough to like mess me up or use an excuse like, oh, I lost because I lag, or oh, I won because I was lagging. I just played through it. I get the ball through to Pires. Pires absolutely misses a sitter of a ball, finesses it away from the post, which forces it to go wide. I pass to the Bar passes to Wissa, new debut striker, passes to Pires. Pires tries to finesse the shot, bounces off the defender, comes up, half volley, top left corner. There will be a replay showing his goal, just so how like it was outside the box, but it was a good goal. As you can see, tries a finesse off the hill, bounce, half volley, top corner. No keeper was reaching that. It's now 2-1. I'm on the attack again with Lopez passing it through to Pires. We are on the verge of half time now. Pires into Theob. Theob goes on a little run with his 87 pace. Gets past one defender, goes across. I try attempting to pass it at Pires, try and get one of those extra upgrades, but his defender does cut it out and clear the ball. We are now into the second half. I do have a throw-in in my opponent's half. Lopez is on the throw-in. I throw it to Pires. Pires then goes on a little run. Get past one, gets past two. He then passes the ball, I'm pretty sure. No, he takes a finesse shot, but it rebounds off the defender, and goalkeeper saves, and he does get the ball. A brilliant save from my keeper of a shot which he should have put away. We are now back on the counter-attack with Pires, but the counter-attack led to nothing. Theob is now on the wing again, running through, passes it into Pires. Pires does a shocking header, heads it straight towards the ground, which means it just bounces on the floor and goes out for a goal kick. Now, you must be wondering, why are you showing me the players celebrating? Is because I did not get a chance to record the goal, but I did make sure I managed to get this bit in so you can understand sort of what it was. It was a cracking goal. First time I thought he was offside because the linesman put his flag up, but it actually turns out there was just an advantage. One of the best accidents I've ever done. I'm on the attack again with Pires. Pires flicks it over his fullback, sends it into Theob. Theob heads it, it bounces off the post, comes out to Harry. Harry then waits crosses it into Pires. Pires tries taking a shot, but his defender does get there to block the ball. My opponent is now on the attack again with Mathers. He passes it to O'Sullivan, back to Mathers, back to James. James then passes it through to Mathers, but his pass is picked out for my defender, and we clear away with the ball. I have just scored again, but sadly I didn't get it. The goal was with Pires, and I do confirm that at the end of the match, so do not think I am cheating. I am on the attack again from kickoff. Theob through to Delem. Delem then takes another shot, because obviously I thought if you can do it once, you can try and do it again, but it just didn't go in. So my opponent has a goal kick. He passes it back out, messes it up, passes Wissa. I then try to get the Theob. Theob absolutely screams it across the bar. It's wide, over, it was Wover. My opponent is on the attack again. He's running through with Marsh Brown. Marsh Brown does have 4-star skill moves, so he is someone I was having to worry about. We are the 90th minute of the game. My opponent did score, but I didn't capture it, so apologies to my opponent. Lopez is through with the ball, throws it up the field, but he goes a little bit too far, bounces into the keeper's net, and the keeper can collect that safely. My opponent then throws the ball out, and that is game. So we have won that game 4-2. Pires got 2 goals, so that is 2 upgrades. We also got 2 goals with the team, that is 1 upgrade, so that's 3 upgrades so far. And I feel that the game went well. My opponent was a tough opponent to come up against, but right now I am just confirming for you that I did get 2 goals with Pires. I will show you the 3rd goal, which I got with Delem, the one which I missed, and I think we got the best angle here of what actually happened. So if you see here, I'll pass it through there, but I get an advantage of that player, so I just take the shot first time, outside the boot, curls round, goes right beyond the keeper. No one is saving that. Anyway guys, that is the first game. Let's get on to the second game of the day. So guys, after that game, we did win 4-2, which means we have 3 upgrades to upgrade the team, with our team scoring 2 goals and Pires scored 1 goal, which equals 3 upgrades. Because Delem scored 1 goal and our team didn't score another goal, that means we do not get an upgrade, but sadly I wish that we did get an upgrade. There's confirmation of the goals there. Obviously, my 2 debutants did score 2 goals and right back with 1 goal and Pires scoring 1. So now let's get into the next match. We're in the next match and we are playing against someone called Roma FC with a Leicester badge. I do go with the Arsenal kit whilst he goes with the black Benfica kit. This guy does have a pretty low chem team, which something tells me he's either he's just started FIFA or he's just doing it for fitness or some other reason. As you can see, he does have El Shaarawy, Leon, Walcott. The bronze players I don't really know, and the silver players I know he's got Dabi Kelos, Navas, and that's about it really. But let's get into the gameplay. So guys, the first attack does come from my opponent as he leads with Walcott going down the wing, passing it back to Mena passing it to Zubilia, then to Leon, but my defender does cut it out, but he still gets through. He then chips the ball over to El Shaarawy, but El Shaarawy does not get there and he kicks the ball out for a goal kick. We do have a goal kick here, which I do send up field, but it does go nowhere, so there is not really much to show. My opponent does go through with another attack, but he does hit the ball and it comes off my defender. He does pause the game here. But at this point, I thought he was going to rage quit just because, you know, recently I have had people rage quit just because there's an icon in the team, and obviously it's a YouTube series. But he whips it in with Cabellos. Galea tries to get his head on that, pass out Zubilea, pass out to Cabellos. Cabellos then runs round my defender, send it in for another cross, but my goalkeeper gets that, gets back up and picks up the ball. My keeper then throws it out, but it leads to nothing, so I just cut the clip there. Then it goes from Lopez to Bar, but it gets cut out by his defender, and he is now on the attack again, but my defender cuts him out again. Passes it to Pires. Pires then passes it to Theob. Theob passes it to Wissa, back to Theob. He's now got that, using that 87 pace to get past the defender. He sends it in to Pires, and Pires heads that in to get an upgrade for the team and a goal. Good going, that man. It was a very easy header for him to finish, and if he didn't finish, I would have been asking some certain questions. So I'm on the attack again, but it gets cut out by his defender. He then passes it back to Harry, then to Lopez, back to Wissa. Wissa then goes trying to get one player, but his defender cuts it out, which ends my attack. Over top through ball goes to Pires. Pires tries cutting into the side, puts in for a cross, but his goalkeeper does get it. Passes it back at the Bar. Bar does a fake shot, goes back, tries for another shot, but it doesn't work. I pass it to Harry, and this game was also a bit laggy, but it wasn't like loads of lag. I then have a shot with Theob, which the keeper parries out and comes to Pires' feet, and he does take a shot, but it just does go wide off the post and off the goal net. My opponent is on the attack. He passes it to Cabellos, and as if you do keep watching their fitness in the bottom right corner, it just shows how much fitness they have, which is barely any. It comes out to El Shaarawy. El Shaarawy takes a shot, but Sawarzak collects it easily. I'm on the attack again. I tried doing it over top through ball to Theob, but it does not work. It gets cut out, and he just passes it around the back and passes it back out to the middle of his team. We are now on the verge of half time. My opponent leading with a last attack, but my my midfielder does cut it out. I pass it to Harry. Harry passes it to Delem. I then pass it through to Fiob because he's got that pace. Fiob does go run down the wing a little bit. He cuts in again. I thought it was a certain goal. Finesses, just goes wide of the goal net. That is unlucky. This is the stats at half time. As you can see, I do have 6 shots and 2 on target. He did have 5 and 2. If you do want to watch the stats again, please just pause the video and have a look. As you can see here, I do put Wissa on the left wing and Pires up front because we do need the upgrades. So I thought it would be best if we put Pires up front to get us those goals. So we're on the attack from half time. From kickoff. Pires does have the ball. Pires passes out to Theob. Theob runs down the wing. He crosses it in to Harry, but his defender does cut it out. Gandhi is on the ball again. Well, is on the ball, sorry, but he crosses it in. Opponent headers it. Nothing special. Goes to the goalkeeper. We are on the counter attack. Lopez passes to Pires. Pires then passes to Wissa. Wissa then passes it. Wissa then goes on a run himself. He runs down right hand side of the field, cuts in, passes to Fiob. Fiob tries finessing it, misses. Pires gets a half volley on it, hits the defender straight in the face or his chest. We are now out on the wing, but it doesn't fall to nothing as his defender cuts it out and clears the ball. As you can see there, my opponent did cross the ball in and he did get a head on it, and it did go over my keeper, which ended in it being a goal. It is now 1-1, which means we are in fear of downgrading someone in our team. I kick off with Pires. Pires passes back to Fiob. Fiob then passes it through to Pires. Pires to Wissa. Wissa back to Pires. Back to Wissa. Through to Pires. Pires then tries on a little run, but he does get absolutely destroyed and loses the ball. We are on the attack again. Lopez passes it back to Pires. Pires puts a brilliant through ball into Wissa. Wissa then goes all the way, cuts it in, and scores the goal. This is now 2-1. So we do have potential to get another upgrade if we do score another goal with the team, but it does not count if we score the goal with Pires. So here my opponent has a free kick. If you look in the bottom left, you can see how badly fitnessed his players are. I do put a player on the line. My player does clear it, which comes back out to Al-Shawari. I thought he was going to hit it first time, which he did, and I thought it was going to go in, but it just rebounded it off my defender, and we are on the counter attack. Ba passes it through to Wissa. Wissa then passes it to Lopez. Lopez passes it to Theob. Theob is through with his 87 pace. He's going to go all the way. He tries finessing it. It just goes wide of the post. Sad times for that man. As you can see here, it just shows that Pires is a handful of defenders with 1 goal, 6 shots, 3 on target, and so and so. You may pause the video and have a look for yourself if you want to. Pires sends it in for Ba, but his goalkeeper does get his hands on it and kicks and punches it away from his goal net. We are still on the attack with Theob running through. Does a little skill, passes it through, sends in a cross, which falls to Lopez, and it just comes off the post. It bounces along the floor, comes off the post. My opponent's on the attack again with El-Shawari, sends it into Gandhi, which he then sends it over the bar. But personally, I think he should have finished that, but I'm glad he didn't. My goalkeeper sends it up the field, which then hits the bar. Bar passes to Lopez. Lopez back to Bar. Bar to Pires. A skill around one player. Try to do it the other, but it does not work, and his defender cuts it out from Pires. My opponent's on the attack again with Cabellos leading. He passes it to Mena. As you can see, he's got no stamina, so I use that to my advantage, and no, I will outpace him if he tries to outpace me. I get the ball back, pass it to Wissa. Wissa to Pires. I try skilling him out. It does not work. Pires wins the ball back. I pass it to Theob. Theob passes it back to Wissa. I then pass it to Pires, and Pires slots it away to get us another upgrade. So we are now currently on 5 upgrades for the team. Lopez to Wissa. We are on the attack again. Wissa passes it through to Pires. Pires gets round him. Finesses. We are now on 6 upgrades with the team with a brilliant finesse shot from Robert Pires. It is now the 88th minute, and I do not see this man getting an attack back. Great goal. So it is the 90th minute of the game, and it does finish with Robert Pires getting a hat trick. I am pretty sure. I will confirm it now. So as you can see, Robert Pires did also get a man and match. That means that is an extra upgrade for the team. So that means we are currently on 7 upgrades. But then I then see that he does score a hat trick, and I'm pretty sure it counts as an upgrade. So altogether, we do have 8 upgrades for the team. Sorry for stuttering. So guys, after those 2 games, we did have 8 upgrades to upgrade the team, with Robert Pires grabbing himself 3 goals and man of the match, which equals 4 upgrades, and my team grabbing 2 goals and Pires grabbing another 2, which is 4. So that's 8 upgrades altogether. I've added in the last upgrades from last episode. I just need your guys' help deciding on who I should add in the remaining positions. We do have a cam, a goalkeeper, a centre back, and a right back to add in. This is selection 1, and we do have another right back, a goalkeeper, a centre back, and a CDM, and this is 2. So please put down below in the comments which one you'd like to see. Comment 1 for left, 2 for right. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.